Major signs of Judgment Day. 1. Arrival of Imam Mahdi. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said the following on Imam Mahdi's arrival. Before the end of the world, one person will appear. His father's name will be the same as mine, and his name will be the same as mine. Before his arrival, the world will be full of oppression and tyranny, but there will be justice in his time. This is Mahdi. Listen to what he says. An angel from the cloud over his head will say. He will combat a variety of Islam's foes and work to improve the global justice system. Before his arrival, there will be a great deal of injustice, wrongdoings, Muslim murders, and the evildoers will demolish the system of good deeds. 2. Dajjal will arrive. The arrival of Dajjal is the most clear and familiar indicator that most people are told. When he arrives, he will declare himself to be God. Anyone who puts their faith in him is a heretic. Why would people believe him if they are being led astray by information about him? The fitna of Dajjal is at work here, causing the population's mentality to be fixed in such a way that they naturally embrace the reality that he is God. God forbid. Dajjal will have the ability to command the clouds to rain and the ground to grow vegetation. These abilities will lead people to believe he is God, despite the fact that these are false signals. Reading Surah Al-Kahf on Friday will protect you from Dajjal. 3. The descent of Jesus. In Islam, when Dajjal arrives and claims to be God, the descent of Prophet Jesus will take place. After that, he'd attack Dajjal and kill him. He will also demolish the cross, liberate Muslims from the Ajugoy and Majugoy, and transport them to Tur mountain. The Prophet was supposed to be slain by Jews, but Allah saved him and lifted him to the sky. All people who had been believing lies and misperceptions will be shocked when he arrives. 4. Ya'juj and Ma'juj emergence. The emergence of Ya'juj and Ma'juj is mentioned numerous times. They're encased in a wall. There is a story about them, according to which there was a just king named Zulkarnain during the reign of Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him. People told him of two dangerous tribes, Gog and Magog, and requested him to protect them from these tribes. As a result, Zulkarnain erected an iron barrier that they wouldn't be able to breach till the end of time. As a result, on the apocalypse, they will be able to burst through the barricade and pursue the people. Hazrat Isa will come to earth to save humans from their rage and peril. 5. Smoke will appear as a sign of the Day of Judgment. Wait for the day when smoke appears from the sky, says the Quran. The smoke will come from the sky and will blanket the entire planet for 40 days, according to Hadith. It is stated that smoke will give believers a shield but will give non-believers a hard time. There are many different ideas about what it will be like to smoke now. Environmental pollution or an atomic explosion are the most common scenarios. Whatever the case, the outcome will be one of the indicators of Islam's Day of Judgment. 6. The coming of the beast. In Islam, the coming of the beast is verified by Allah, who says in the Quran, "And when the word of torture is fulfilled against them, we shall bring out from the earth a beast for them, to speak to them, because mankind did not accept with conviction in our signs." In Naml 82. The beast is reported to be holding Mouse's hand stick for believers, and if they are indeed believers, their faces will glow and illuminate with light. He will hold the seal of Suleiman for the non-believers, and when it touches them, their face will darken, signifying their level of faith. 7. The sun rise from the west. The rising of the sun from its setting location in the west, which is one of the key signals of Qiyamah, is one of the major signs of the Day of Judgment in Islam. According to Abu Hurairah, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The hour will not come until the sun has risen from the west, and when it rises and people see it, they will all believe. But that will be the time when it will do no good to a person who has not believed before, nor earned good by doing deeds of righteousness through his faith." According to Al-Bukhari and Muslim, 11:352 and 194. The hadith and the sign of the time can be interpreted in a variety of ways. Some people believe that whatever that Allah has already decreed cannot be reversed. Others believe that the rising of the sun from the west indicates the world's order being turned upside down. 8. Landslides. 3 great landslides will occur, one in the east, one in the west, and one in the Arabian Peninsula. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said that the indications will show only when these areas reach their highest levels of immorality and wicked behavior. Some believe the landslides will be caused by earthquakes rather than landslides. The most widely held assumption is that a natural disaster will cause these areas to sink, killing the people who live there. 9. The fire will begin. The eruption of fire from the direction of Yemen, from the bottom of Aden, from the Sea of Hadramaut is another key sign of the Day of Judgment. The Prophet, peace be upon him, was heard saying, "The last of them will be a fire that will come from Yemen, and will force the people to the area of their assembly," according to Hudhayfat ibn Uzaid. Source: Muslim, 1827. 10. The Kaaba will be destroyed. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Zul Suwayqatain from Abyssinia will ruin the Kaaba and seize its treasure and Kiswa," according to Abdullah ibn Amr. "I feel as if I can see him now. He's balding and his wrists are distorted. With his spade and pitch axe, he will attack the Kaaba. Allah will take the Quran and the virtuous people from the earth to shield them from the last hour." Though frequent prayers and supplications are quite important and can shield one from doing things that will ultimately be detrimental to them. In Islam, there are many lesser or minor indications of the Day of Judgment that, along with these big signs, are indicators of the end times, and various theories based on those signs have been developed to verify their veracity.